Have you ever stopped to wonder where your true essence hides when night falls and the world around you grows silent? In an instant, your head meets the pillow, your eyes close, and life as you know it seems to fade into a sea of darkness. The rhythm of your breath slows, your muscles relax, and your mind, once so restless, dives into an abyss that, at first glance, seems to be nothing more than an immense and unfathomable void. But what if that perception were only the surface, a thin layer covering something far more vast and mysterious? What if that supposed void were, in truth, a passage, a threshold into realities that transcend our ordinary understanding? Sleep, you see, is not merely a pause for the body to rest or for energy to be restored. In its deepest essence, it is a bridge between realms, a portal that connects the ordinary to the extraordinary. While the physical body engages in its intricate dance of recovery, your consciousness, that spark of life, embarks on a singular journey. It temporarily detaches itself from the bindings of the physical world, leaving behind worries and the limited perceptions of the waking state, and launches into an ocean of infinite possibilities. Imagine for a moment that through your dreams, through those states of unconsciousness that seem so distant, or even through experiences that defy logic, your consciousness dives into realities that your five senses could never perceive while awake. But what exactly happens during those hours when you are lost to the waking world? Where does your consciousness truly go? And perhaps most importantly, what does this hidden wisdom reveal about the tapestry of your most intimate spiritual nature? As we begin to unravel these secrets, sleep ceases to be seen as a mere end of an exhausting day and becomes instead a beginning, a vibrant gateway into an unprecedented spiritual exploration. When you dream, it truly feels as though you are in another world. Have you ever wondered why those dreamlike experiences seem so tangible, so real? Why joy, fear, euphoria, or even pain can be felt with such intensity that they rival waking life itself? It's not merely a trick of the imagination. Far from it. Dreams are, in truth, openings, fleeting glimpses into realms where your consciousness is free to explore beyond the boundaries of your physical shell. In many ancient civilizations, dreaming was revered as a form of divine communication. They believed dreams were not random wanderings of the mind, but coded messages from higher spheres, encounters with other dimensions of existence. And, in a way, they were right. When you enter the dream state, your consciousness elevates its vibrational frequency. It frees itself from the mundane constraints of the material realm and attunes to subtle planes that coexist harmoniously with your physical reality. You may notice that some dreams stand out more vivid, more profound, as if they carry a different texture. These are the dreams that bear greater weight, that hold deeper meaning. They represent moments when your consciousness reaches higher levels of perception, where guidance, healing, and spiritual revelation become accessible. Many traditions tell us that during these profound dreams, your consciousness communicates with spiritual guides, with ancestors who have already departed, or even with a higher, wiser version of your own self. But what is the significance of all this? Dreams are like keys, doors that open to knowledge. And each night, as you surrender to sleep, your consciousness, with silent determination, knocks upon those doors, seeking answers, insights, and truths that waking life often obscures. It's not merely your subconscious sorting through random thoughts of the day. It is your consciousness accessing layers of existence that remain hidden from ordinary perception. The next time you find yourself within a dream, pay renewed attention. Notice how some dreams seem to carry direct messages or profound lessons. These are the moments when your consciousness establishes a connection with something that transcends common understanding. And when you awaken, you may realize that those dream experiences were not fleeting illusions, but meaningful spiritual journeys rich with purpose and transformation. But what happens when you sink into a deep, dreamless sleep? Where does your consciousness retreat when there are no colorful visions to recall, no intricate narratives to remember? This state is often described as a void of space where nothing seems to exist. But is it truly empty, or does it conceal something far more profound? In the deepest sleep, your consciousness immerses itself in a state of pure stillness. It detaches from sensory experience, disconnecting entirely from the physical world. To most people, this feels like total blackout, an abyss where nothing remains. Yet, for those who dare to look deeper, this void does not signify the absence of consciousness. It is, paradoxically, the manifestation of something infinitely greater. You see, that state of pure, dreamless sleep is the point where your consciousness makes a primordial connection with the original source of all that exists. There lies your true essence stripped of all distractions, all noise. Without the cacophony of thoughts, emotions, or dreams, your awareness touches the divine, the most absolute state of being. Many ancient spiritual traditions teach that this emptiness is a sanctuary where the soul is fully renewed. It is where it reconnects with the highest frequencies of existence, purifying itself from the impurities and burdens that waking life inevitably accumulates. This, in a way, explains the deep sense of vitality we feel after truly restorative sleep. It's not just physical rest, it is a spiritual rejuvenation that takes place in the deepest layers of your being. The most remarkable part is that the state of full emptiness is something you experience every single night, without exception. It is not reserved for advanced meditators or enlightened beings. It is an intrinsic gift of nature, permission for your consciousness to realign, to commune with the divine, and to recharge at a level far beyond material comprehension. So the next time you wake up feeling completely renewed after a night of dreamless sleep, understand that your consciousness has undertaken a sacred journey. It touched the source, absorbed its pure essence, and returned to waking life infused with new energy, with vitality that transcends mere rest. And this sublime connection, this direct line to the essential, is always there, whether you are aware of it or not. Have you ever experienced that strange sensation of waking up and, for a brief moment, feeling as though you were floating above your own body, watching it from somewhere outside yourself? Or perhaps you've had dreams so vividly real that you could control them, moving freely through places you've never visited in waking life? As incredible as these experiences may seem, they are not mere inventions of the mind. They are clear signs that your consciousness holds an extraordinary capacity, one that transcends the boundaries of the ordinary. We are speaking of astral projection. Astral projection is the subtle art of intentionally separating your consciousness from your physical body. It is a phenomenon in which your deepest awareness travels through realms that extend far beyond the material plane. Often, these experiences occur during sleep, when the mind is in a state of profound calm and the consciousness feels free to explore. Many people who have lived through astral projection describe visiting places of indescribable beauty, encountering beings of radiant light, or receiving profound insights about their own spiritual evolution. It's as if you could transcend the limitations of your body, embracing the boundless, expansive nature of your true self. But why does this tend to happen precisely during sleep? Because while your physical body rests, your consciousness becomes free. It is no longer bound by the rules and restrictions of the material world. It becomes fluid, able to move through dimensions and access knowledge that would otherwise remain hidden from the waking mind. Some describe astral projection as a conscious dream, but it is far more than that. During these experiences, your consciousness operates at a much higher frequency, a heightened state of perception in which you are no longer limited by your physical senses. Through astral projection, your consciousness can gather insights that have a profound impact on your spiritual growth. You may find answers to existential questions, receive guidance from spiritual beings, or even reconnect with loved ones who have crossed over. It is a journey that reveals the true magnificence and power of your consciousness. And even if you do not consciously remember these travels, know that your awareness is always in motion, always exploring, always learning, even while your physical body lies at rest. Have you ever found yourself in a dream when, suddenly, a light turns on within your mind, and you become fully aware that you are, in fact, dreaming? That sudden moment of clarity, when you recognize the dreamlike nature of your experience, is what we call a lucid dream. This is a powerful state, one where your consciousness becomes fully self-aware within the landscape of the dream, and its significance goes far beyond curiosity or entertainment. Lucid dreaming is not merely about controlling what happens inside the dream. It is, in truth, an open doorway to a level of spiritual exploration that is unmatched. When you become aware within a dream, you gain access to realms where the ordinary rules of reality no longer apply. You can connect with higher aspects of your own consciousness, interact with spiritual guides, or even receive answers to deep, transformative questions about your life. In this state of lucidity, your awareness reaches an intensified level of perception. It's as though the veil separating your waking self from your higher self is momentarily lifted. You can communicate directly with your subconscious mind, uncover hidden fears, or even initiate healing for emotional wounds long buried. But what makes lucid dreaming so immensely powerful is its potential for spiritual growth. As you consciously explore the dream realm, you begin to realize that the limitations that seem so real in your waking life are, for the most part, illusions constructed by the mind. You begin to understand that your consciousness is far more vast and expansive than you ever dared to imagine. Some spiritual practitioners use lucid dreaming as an active tool for manifestation, for receiving divine guidance, or even as a bridge toward astral projection. When you are lucid, your ability to ask the universe questions becomes magnified, and the answers may unfold in symbolic or direct ways, revealing themselves within your perception. You may even experience states of deep love, bliss, and oneness that are difficult to access in ordinary waking life. The fundamental truth is this: when you enter a lucid dream, you are stepping into a realm where your consciousness has the freedom to create, to explore, and to understand itself in ways that would be impossible within the limits of the physical world. And the more you surrender to the practice of lucid dreaming, the more you unlock the hidden potential, the unexplored wonders of your own awareness. And what if, while you sleep, your consciousness could connect with realms that extend far beyond our tangible, physical existence? It may sound unbelievable, yet countless people report that, during sleep, they experience encounters with spiritual beings, guides who offer wisdom, ancestors who bring messages, or loved ones who have crossed the threshold of life. These experiences feel so intensely real, so vividly alive, that they compel us to question what truly happens when our consciousness detaches from the physical body. Understand that sleep is not merely a passive state of rest, a simple pause between days. It is also a time of profound reunion. Freed from the chains of the material world, your consciousness often seeks and finds beings that dwell on higher planes of existence. And these encounters are not fleeting illusions or figments of imagination. They resonate with authenticity, carrying a transformative power and a depth that touches the soul. Many describe meeting beings of pure light, feeling their warmth, receiving their silent guidance, absorbing a wisdom that transcends words. Others recount reuniting with departed loved ones, receiving messages of love, healing, or even clear directions meant for those who still walk the physical plane. And, astonishingly, these encounters do not occur by chance. They manifest because your consciousness has the innate capacity to access the realms where these luminous beings reside. Why does this happen most intensely during sleep? Because as your physical body surrenders to rest and relaxation, your awareness expands. It stretches beyond its usual limits, becoming extraordinarily receptive to frequencies and vibrations far above the ordinary range of waking perception. During these sacred moments, the veil that separates the physical and spiritual worlds grows thin, almost dissolving, allowing you to establish deep communication with beings who are always present, patiently waiting to offer their guidance and unconditional love. Your consciousness is always connected, always evolving, always reaching for higher truths. And what if, for a moment, you could consciously guide your own awareness during sleep? What if your most intense dreams, your deepest visions, and your astral experiences were not random occurrences, mere products of chance, but intentional journeys, carefully designed for your inner growth and profound healing? The often forgotten truth is that you possess the innate power to influence and direct where your consciousness travels while you sleep. Through clear and focused intention, you can shape your nightly experiences, access realms that transcend familiar, and uncover knowledge that would otherwise remain hidden and unreachable. Before you surrender to sleep, the thoughts filling your mind, the emotions vibrating in your heart, and the desires dwelling in your soul act as guiding beacons. They send precise signals to your consciousness, steering it toward specific directions, toward particular types of experiences. If you fall asleep immersed in fear or apprehension, your awareness may be drawn toward realms of confusion or inner darkness. Yet, if you drift into sleep with a clear mind, a peaceful heart, and a well-defined purpose, your consciousness will be magnetically attracted to higher planes where the purest wisdom and deepest healing await your arrival. This is exactly why the act of setting a conscious intention before sleep is so powerful. It is like handing your consciousness a detailed map, giving it a clear path for where to go, which journey to take. But this is not just about having pleasant or comforting dreams. It is much more than that. It is about actively engaging in your own spiritual journey, even while your physical body rests in apparent inactivity. Many spiritual practitioners, across ancient traditions, employ refined techniques such as deep meditation, creative visualization, or sincere prayer before sleep, all to enhance and intensify the journey of their consciousness. They meticulously prepare their minds, aligning with the highest frequencies of existence, fully opening themselves to receive the divine guidance that is always present. And upon waking, they find themselves filled with a torrent of insights, renewed clarity, and even deeper, unshakable connection with their true self, their purest essence. Your consciousness is not passive, subject to random events. Far from it. It is a dynamic force, responding directly to your deepest intentions, your truest desires, and the strength of your will. And when you truly understand this dynamic, when this truth takes root in your being, you can begin to harness the immense power of sleep as an unparalleled tool for personal transformation. Each night becomes a precious opportunity to explore new horizons, to learn valuable lessons, and to grow into your fullest potential. And as you awaken from each of these nightly journeys, you carry with you this newly acquired knowledge, this wisdom that will guide your steps on your continuous path of spiritual evolution. So, ultimately, where does your consciousness go during sleep? It travels among dreams, sometimes vivid, sometimes symbolic wanders through what we call profound void, which is in truth abundant, explores higher realms through astral projection, encounters and communicates with spiritual beings of light, and responds with astonishing precision to the power of your conscious intention. It touches and interacts with dimensions that your waking mind, in its usual state, can scarcely glimpse or fully comprehend. Sleep, therefore, transcends far beyond a mere physical or biological necessity. In its purest essence, it is a sacred ritual, a sublime moment in which your consciousness breaks free from all limitations imposed by the material world and embarks on journeys of a depth as unimaginable as they are magnificent. And the deeper you delve into this understanding, the more this truth resonates within you, the more clearly you will perceive how immensely powerful your consciousness truly is. You are infinitely more than the sum of your physical parts, more than your material body. Your consciousness is eternal, limitless in its capacities, and fully capable of wonders far beyond your boldest imagination. If you yearn to continue unraveling the mysteries that dwell within the depths of our being, and to explore further the realms that open through sleep and consciousness, I invite you to join this journey.